Police say the mass shooting at the end of the Chiefs' Super Bowl celebration appeared to stem from a dispute.
So a woman was killed and 22 people were hurt when gunfire erupted yesterday afternoon. Two bystanders tackled someone with a gun who was running from the area. Trey Filter says there was a commotion and people were shouting, "Get him." He and another man tackled the person and his wife Casey got the gun.
Just to get it away from what was happening. That was just my first thought. I didn't really think about much else.
Police say that 3 suspects, including 2 juveniles, were detained and several guns were recovered. Charges have not yet been filed. A Virginia Beach woman was among the tens of thousands of people who attended the Chiefs' victory parade.
That's right. Karen Ellis is from Kansas City and traveled back to her hometown to celebrate, but the day quickly turned chaotic. Stephanie Johnson spoke with Karen today. Stephanie, what did she tell you?
Yeah, Karen Ellis says she would typically never do an interview with a TV station, but called today's conversation important. She wants to let people know what happened yesterday at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade in Missouri does not represent Kansas City.
I am worried for Kansas City.
Karen Ellis traveled over 1,000 miles back home to Kansas City with her son to celebrate the Chiefs Super Bowl win.
Kansas City is a sports town. People stand behind their teams here. When you leave Kansas City, you leave, but it's always your hometown.
As they walked to the rally, Ellis says her son changed his mind.
And my son, he just said, I really don't feel like it. I don't want to go.
Later, Ellis heard about the mass shooting, killing 1 person and injuring 22 others. According to the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, detectives believe the shootings happened after a dispute between several people. 3 people are detained, 2 are teenagers, and investigators found several guns.
As a parent, how do you get your kids past this? And how do you get them to go back out and do things like this again?
Ellis says while she is still trying to understand what happened, she says right now Kansas City is healing from the incident.
The city's going to have to heal from this.
Ellis is traveling back to Virginia Beach right now. She says she always reminds people to be aware of their surroundings.
All right. Thanks so much, Stephanie. A candlelight vigil has been organized in Kansas City tonight in support of the victims.
And this is the second time in less than a year that gun violence has devastated a pro sports team celebration. In June, a gunman injured 10 people as crowds left a parade for the Denver Nuggets' first NBA championship. The youngest victim in yesterday's shooting is just 6 years old. And it begs the question, what kind of an impact do these situations have on children? 13 News Now spoke with local clinical psychologist Dr. Adolph Brown. He says exposure to these traumatic events can create PTSD in adults and kids, even if they weren't at the actual shooting.
My heart goes out to everyone that was at that parade, and particularly everyone that was traumatically affected. It could have been worse had law enforcement not been on the scene. So there are things in place for these types of things. In schools, there are protocols. Remind the children that they are safe as can be, but also equip them and empower them to know what to do in a situation like that. It was obvious that everyone ran. It was obvious some people fell to the ground. I know that schools have protocols in place that are actually practiced on a regular basis. So just remind children that, yes, the world may appear to be dangerous. However, there are people and things in place to protect them.
You can watch our full interview with Dr. Brown on the 13 News Now Plus app. Download it for Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire TV.